5, 6, and 7 in the wild card series. Everybody still alive. We've got Matt McKnight on the mound for the Griffins. These are Game 1 starters since we missed them. It'll be good to see them. Efrain Coria going for Tampa. Jim Sobieski on the mound for the Denver Dynamite going against Chris Anderson. Strong pitching matchup there. Dan Sonneville, complete game 3 hitter in Game 1 on the mound for the Moneyline going against Tim Lacey for the Generals. Jacob Hickenbottom getting the start for the Virginia Rebels. This guy is a guy to watch as maybe the future of the league. Jacob Hickenbottom, 175 strikeouts, 38 walks, 2.51 ERA this year, and was his first full season, so maybe a Rookie of the Year candidate. Matt Shelton on the mound for the Herons. Alex Rivera getting the nod, 26 years old for San Antonio, up against Troy Kelso for the Seals. And then in our last matchup, it's Ramon Curiel going for the Paddlers, also a rookie, up against Joe Strickler for the Outlaws. Let's get it going. We're tied at 2 with Toronto, Tampa, Virginia, Huron, Oahu, and OKC. San Diego, Denver, and Somerville with the 3-1 series lead over the Mudcats, the Chiles Picantes, and the Generals. So far, all the starting pitchers have come out strong. First run of any of these games here in the 3rd inning, San Antonio. Matt Sullivan driving in Lozano, 1-0. Colt Kerr doubles in 3, clearing the bases for the Herons. They're up 3-0 in the 3rd. Virginia gets on the board in the 4th. Clark Lake, home run, 4th of the series. Israel Esparza singles in Ola. First time I feel like I've called Esparza's name. 1-0 Oahu. Antonio Reyna, 2-run home run for Toronto in the 4th. And then a Travis Eaton double later in the 4th. It's 4-0 Toronto on top in that game. Huron extends their lead 4-1. Ken Taylor solo home run in the 4th. David Ramirez 2-run home run for the Seals, and they have the lead on San Antonio. Steve Korber leaving the game with an injury for Toronto. Esparza doubles in Ola, so 2-0 Paddlers now. And Denver first strike in that game. Chris Stewart a 2-run single, 2-0 Dynamite. Mike Davis solo home run. Somerville up 2-0 in the fourth. Ken Taylor drives in another, this time with just a ground out. It's 5-1 Huron. Tampa on the board in the sixth. Vinny Portoladin doubles in Evans, and then David Rumler reaches on an error. Portoladin comes in 4-2. They cut that lead in half. Virginia cuts that lead in half. 5-1 to 5-3. Nate Weaver 2-run home run. OKC on the board. Brian Marlin doubles in Miramonte in the fourth inning, and Toronto gets an insurance run. 5-2 now in the seventh. Miguel Carrillo home run. Hector Benitez solo home run for Washington. They're on the board in the fifth. Sandy Favela doubles in two. The Seals extend their lead to 4-1. And Oahu Mototada Minami singles driving in two. It's 4-1 there. Two-run homer by OKC makes it 4-3 in the fifth. The Outlaws claw that back to a one-run game. We're pretty late in some of these games. Bottom of the eighth, Huron up 2. Bottom of the eighth, San Diego up 3. Top of the eighth, Toronto up 3. Adrian Hare doubles in two. That's going to give a cushion to the Herons. Virginia is going to need at least 4 in the ninth to tie it back up. Series tied at 2. Esparza, third RBI hit of the game, makes it 5-3 for the Paddlers. Last chance for San Antonio and their season. Last out, down by 3 here. Like they might be the first team to hit the bench, and they do. The Seals, improbable run to the playoffs, and now through the playoffs continues as they advance. Jerry Heinerman, a big home run in the seventh inning, ties it up for the Generals 2-2. Last 3 outs for Tampa. Down 5-2, and we have a final in Huron too, as the Herons take the 3-2 series lead on Virginia. Toronto takes the 3-2 series lead with a road win. We're going back to Toronto for that one. Virginia at least has some home games to try to turn the series around. It's going to be tough for Tampa here. Bases loaded, nobody out for the Mudcats, bottom of the 8th inning. And 2 on, 1 out for the Generals, second and third, trying to break that tie. Mudcats get 1. Fonts walks with the bases loaded. It's 2-1 now. Problems still persist, bases loaded. Sac fly gives Washington the lead, 3-2, and the Mudcats tie it up with a sac fly, 2-2. On to the ninth we go, tied in New Orleans. The Moneyline have the tying run on first with 2 down in the 8th. He can't get it across. So on to the bottom of the 8th we go. Generals 3, Somerville 2. Paddlers 2-run lead in the top of the 8th, and they've got first and third, nobody out. Sergio Marinelli with a big sack fly gets an insurance run, 6-3 there. Out for the money line. They can't get it done, so the Generals win again at home. And that is now a 3-2 series lead for Somerville as we head back to Somerville. Look to close that out at home, hopefully. Top of the 10th in New Orleans, and we've got second and third, nobody out for the Dynamite. Koljevec at the plate. He's 2 for 3 today. He strikes out swinging. Doherty at the plate. He's going to get pinched hit for. It's going to be Eric Gilbride, the ex-Vandal. And he gets the job done. Well, somewhat. Eric Gilbride gets on an error and Visner scores. And then Chris Stewart with a big 3-run double breaks the game open for Denver. 6-2 in the 10th. Minus a miracle, we are going to see Denver into the next round, and the Mudcats are going to be going home. So finally, the Dynamite exercising the demon that is the New Orleans Mudcats. Knock on wood here. Last 2 outs for OKC, or they're going to be down 3-2 in this series as we head back to Oahu. You have a man on second. It's a final in New Orleans. Run at the plate, and William Zoll. Bases loaded now for Soriano, and it's going to be a pinch hitter in Machiavelli facing Wismar. And Wismar gets him out, and that will be a final. Oahu 6, OKC 3. We changed locations. Game 6. Four series left. Toronto, Oahu, Huron, and Somerville trying to close it out here. 3 of those 4 teams are the home team. The Herons are going to have to try to win a road game. So, see the pitching matchups. We didn't look at game 2s either, so we'll look at these. Tim Young for Tampa. It's pretty nice. Johnson for Toronto. Generals are going to be throwing out their Andrew Sykes. Face Josh East. Wes Keats on the mound for OKC. Great season. Well, limited innings, but good season for Keats. Devin Quain for Oahu. Miguel Pera on the mound for Huron, trying to close out this series. Roger Snyder getting the nod for the Rebels. Here we go. Right, we've got a bunch of scoring here. Tampa strikes first with a Chad Couch single, but since then, Toronto has responded with 4 runs, all in the first and second inning. Wild pitch, 2-run homer, and then a solo home run. Washington up 4-0 on Somerville in the second, with a string full of hits. Wahoo struck first on an Israel Sparza single in the first, but OKC has poured it on in the second inning here. 6 runs. And it looks like Virginia has crawled out to an early lead against the Herons here. So 3 of the 4 teams facing elimination have strong early leads. The only team in trouble right now is Tampa, down 5-1 now in the 4th. Oscar Montenegro gets the Herons on the board. It's now 4-1. Virginia responds right away in the bottom half, though. It's 5-1. Wayne Rainville doubles in Rodriguez. Second injury of the game for the Outlaws. We'll have to check that out after. Looks like the starter Wes Keats leaves this time. They had a guy hit a double. Chad Miramonte hit a double and that left the game with an injury. That could be serious. It could be not serious. Virginia not ready to go home yet. They explode for 5 more runs, 6 more runs in the 4th inning. They lead 10-1. Washington with an insurance run, 5-1. Ryan Dixon. None of these games are close right now. And the rich get richer. Toronto, OKC, Virginia, Washington, they all add runs. Closest game is a 5-run game, and it just ended. So 6-1, Toronto wraps it up and wraps up the series. Congrats to Thane and the Griffins as they're going to advance to the division championship. Everywhere else, we're looking like clear game 7s. Really amazing comebacks. So Washington Generals down 3-0 in the series have a chance to reverse sweep. Shout out to Roger Snyder. Pitched a good game, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits. Wonder who started for, looks like Jeremy Johnson for Toronto. 5.1 innings pitched, just one hit allowed, and then the bullpen didn't give up a hit. Final in Oahu, OKC 8. Oahu 2. All that damage, most of that damage done very early in the game. Meanwhile, the Rebels crush the Herons 15-1 at home. Force Game 7 there. And Washington does force Game 7 to set up the reverse sweep possibility. Three Game 7s. Gotta think back to Game 4 when Washington was down 4-0 early, and I said his season was over. Now here we are. I just am the kiss of death for people right now. Let's take a look at our Game 7 starters. Washington Generals are sending out Zach Donahue. Ryan Lewis on the mound for the money line. OKC is sending out Marcus Camp. Gonna go against the Paddlers, Juan Martinez. Greg Tarver on the mound for the Herons. Andy McLaughlin getting the start for the Rebels. Here we go. Crater walks for the money line. First base runner of the game. Kuna singles. We've got first and third for Davis. Mike Davis flies out. On to the second. OKC game and OKC Oahu game underway. Out walk to Jerry Heinerman, base runner for the Generals. And the Virginia game started, and the two-run homer Ryan Dixon in Washington has the 2-0 lead in the second inning. Bobby Ola doubles for the Paddlers to lead things off. Steve Magana singles 1-0 Oahu early in the first. Esparza doubles in Magana, 2-0 Paddlers. And we've got a pitching change already in that game. Looks like Marcus Camp, the starter for OKC, has left with an injury. Jason Tony walks. Clark Lake walks for Virginia, trying to get a base runner down in that game. Got Doug Linder on second for Somerville, now first and second. Martinez walks, bases loaded for the Paddlers. Reeves flies out, but a Barrett double clears the bases. 5-0 Oahu in the first inning. Second and third. Nobody out for Huron in the second. That base is loaded on a Jorge Lopez walk. Patrick Saul doubles in Delgado, and the Generals extend their lead 3-0 now in the third inning. Taylor strikes out with the bases loaded, but a Cale Collins sac fly gets the Herons on the board first, 1-0 in the second inning. Leadoff double for Melvin Graham. See if the money line can get anything going in Game 7. Nothing in the third. We go to the fourth there. Leadoff error gets William Nagy to second base for Virginia. Andy Morris singles him in. 1-1 in the second. The Rebels tie it up. William Zoll singles for OKC. They've got the lead runner on in the third inning. And a double makes it second and third. Meanwhile, the Herons take the 2-1 lead. Gregorio Prieto solo home run. OKC on the board on a wild pitch. Zoll comes across. That's a 5-1 game now. Brian Gore solo home run in the fourth inning puts the money line on the scoreboard. It's now 3-1. Colt Kerr singles in. Preciado is out, stretching it to second. It's funny, I feel like that must be new to Out of the Park 26, because in all the scoring updates I've ever read, I've never seen a guy get out on the base path. And we know it happens, so they must add those kind of little things year to year. Jameson Stufflebean singles to lead things off for OKC in the fourth. It's now second and third with one down. And Alex Flores, big 3-run home run, pulls OKC back within one run, 5-4, and they've got a runner on in William Zoll as he singles. Looks like that might created a pitching change. Danny Tubin's on the mound. And gets out of the jam, but 3 runs for OKC, and that's a tight game all of a sudden as we go to the bottom of the fourth, 5-4. 2-1-2 out for the Rebels, but Morris grounds out. Crisis averted for the Herons. On to the fifth we go. 3-1, they still lead. Two on, one out for Somerville here in the sixth inning with Warfield at the plate, but Warfield grounds into a double play, and that ends the inning. Seventh inning, Generals 3, Moneyville 1. Time run at first, Jameson Stufflebean with 2 down for OKC. And Todd grounds out to end that inning, the fifth. Jorge Lopez drives in 2 more for the Herons. That's 6-1, make it 7-1, make it 9-1. And that game is well in hand for Huron, looking like they may be advancing past the Rebels. That's the case. Definitely a disappointing end to a great season for Andrew. But again, we've kind of looked at his team. He's got a pretty bright future. Somerville here with 2 down in the 7th. Flies out. 8th inning we go. Washington 3, Somerville 1. Zach Donahue out of the game now. Went 6 innings for Washington in Game 7. Just gave up the 1 run. On the other side, Ryan Lewis, 6.1 innings, gave up 3 runs, took out 6. William Nagy, 2-run home run, gets a couple back for Virginia. They're going to need a little bit more of that in the next few innings to have a chance at the end. Tying run, Corey Keating on first for being hit by the pitch. Doug Lindor doubles. Draws Somerville within 1. Tying run in second with 2 down here and a pitching change in Somerville. Gauchi on the mound for Washington, the closer, it looks like. And Jameson Stuffle being 2-run homer in the 7th flips the script on Oahu, and they take the 6-5 lead. Somerville ties it up in the 8th, and they take the lead. Time to slow this down. Ryan Roach and Ryan Crater are single and a walk, and it's 4-3. Bases still loaded in that game. So Gauchi comes in, the closer, and walks 3 guys. Andy Moore solo home run, not much to look at down there, 11-4. Second and third now for the Paddlers, bottom of the 7th, down by 1. Multi-MVP Esparza at the plate. And he singles, driving in Magada at 6-6. Tying run on in the 9th. Aaron Horsfall, 1 out for the Generals here. Last chance in their season. Paddlers take the lead. Jason Toney singles in Marinelli. It's now 7-6 in the 7th. 2 down now for the Generals. Last chance in Heinerman. And that'll do it. The money line escape by the skin of their teeth in the 8th inning with 2 runs from what's really a pitching implosion from the closer there. The Generals were that close to the reverse sweep, but JR is going to advance to the Divisional Championship Series. Meanwhile, the Paddlers get another one on a Martinez single. It's now 8-6 in that game. They have 2 on with 1 out, make it 2 outs here. Leadoff double for Gonzalez. OKC has the time run at the plate, and Flores, who already has a 3-run homer in this game, he walks this time. That's going to bring up William Zoll, who's 3 for 3 on the day. Zoll strikes out swinging. Soriano singles, bases loaded now for Miramonte. Miramonte pops out. Keating with the bases loaded, 2 down. And he flies out, so the Paddlers work out of the top of the 8th jam. On the 8th we go, 8-6. 2 on, nobody out for Virginia, down 7 in the 8th. They're going to need, hey, they got the bases loaded, nobody out. If they get a grand slam here, they have a shot, right? For a big hit. There's a sac fly, it's 11-5. And the double play is going to end that threat. So 6-run lead for the Herons as we go to the top of the 9th. Paddlers have a runner on for Esparza in the bottom of the 8th with 2 down. He strikes out swinging. 9th inning we go. Last chance for OKC. What's been a back and forth series. Marlin grounds out to lead things off. Stufflebean, who's 3 for 4. Homer and 2 RBIs on the day. He grounds out. Caught at the plate. Ken Todd walks. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate in Gonzalez. Gonzalez 2 for 3 today. And that will do it. Paddlers win Game 7. They're going to advance with an 8-6 victory at home. And it's a final in Virginia as well. Huron wins 2 on the road. Back from 3-2 down in that series in advance. Let's take a look at these MVPs in round 2 matchups. We'll drop the file and continue on tonight. Toronto MVP Miguel Carrillo. Carrillo in the playoffs, 5 home runs, 9 for 27 in that first round. Aaron Visner for Denver getting the MVP. Where is he? Oh, he's over here. Just 4 for 8, 2 homers, 2 RBIs. Must have had some big hits. Doug Linder for the money line. 13 for 28. That consistent. Catcher getting the MVP. Let's see their awards. Let's see. That was his first MVP. Visner, first award ever. Congrats to him. Carrillo, first award ever, 26. For the Paddlers, Jeremy Martinez, 25-year-old. 9 for 29, homer, 3 RBIs. Getting the MVP after being an all-star this year. Gregorio Prieto for the Herons. 13 for 32, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs. That's his first award as well, playoff award, excuse me. And then for the Seals, David Ramirez. This guy's not a man shy of awards. Getting his 5th playoff MVP award. That is pretty fucking impressive. And how did he do it? Let's see. 4 for 18. He hit 222, but they were big hits. So, congrats to our GMs that advanced. This is what it looks like. The Toronto Griffins are going to get to go face the Las Vegas High Rollers. Money line versus Denver. Is this right? I'm going to check this. Hold on. That's right. Okay. Yep, the Griffins are going to face the High Rollers. We get the money line facing the Denver Dynamite. San Diego, it's Division Nashville. And then Huron